football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Bengals at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Come on, set.
Now Lawrence on first down. He completes it to Wilson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he's got some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throw out wide to Walker. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 3 yards remain for second down.
Take 3. 2-8-3, stop. 6-6, bullet high.
On second down, it's Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Touchdown, Bengals! A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It was the linebacker, Shaquille Leonard, who applied the heat.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And he's got room. Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. First quarter touchdown run. Remember this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And some room to work. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big gain of 38 there on third down. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. And room there to work it inside the 25. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Walker now on first and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Lawrence on the sneak and trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. Needed 2, he only got 1, and the Eagles defense able to hold.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Come on, set.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 91 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Ready.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Black one. Check right. Yellow. Run. Yellow.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Blue check. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talked with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Hands it off out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Waddle, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Ready, quick.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And Walker once more. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence taking in left side. It's Wilson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 4th down. Here's Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll give him another shot here on the ground. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding Walker complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They run again with Walker. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick-6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick-6?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the first down.
That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Touchdown, Philadelphia! A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the set.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They go play action with Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. In motion left goes a tight end. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the 1st down at around the 22. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Let's go.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Opposite. Read. Ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure.